Anyways. Hello, buddy, and welcome to Two Guys and a Few Good Men. I am TJ Washuk.
And I'm Christian Bale.
And this is Movie Lowdown for the week of January 6th, 2020. Feels weird saying that.
Yeah, no, I forgot that we're in 2020 every week.
This is 2020.
2020 vision. Except my right eye and TJ's both eyes.
Yes. With the power combined, we are 2020.
That being said,
let's get right into the news.
This week we've got Marvel news like always. Dun, 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 dun.
Marvel!
Captain. I've been wearing this shirt for the last 4 weeks every time we do Movie Lowdown. So, Christian Bale is said to be possibly starring in a movie. What movie is that,
Thor
TJ?
4? Love and Reason?
Love and Lapis Lazuli?
Love and what?
Love and... I forgot. Wow. Love and Thunder.
That's right.
Love and Thunder.
Yeah. Yep, Love and Thunder.
But it has the internet talking right now.
Who is Christian Bale playing in Thor: Love and Thunder?
Bale is in talks to join Thor 4 in an undisclosed role.
Is it possible that Christian Bale could be the next big Marvel villain? And if so, which villain is the star likely to play?
It has the internet buzzing at who might be the actor that finally plays Beta Ray Bill, and they haven't.
Right, because I thought he would be in Thor Ragnarok, because that's how it was in Planet Hulk.
And he was.
He was?
Yeah, there's a statue when you're coming in with all the different faces of all the champions. He's one of the faces on there.
Oh,
okay. They threw that in as a spoiler. But there hasn't been an actual person to play him, and so people are thinking that it is Christian Bale who would play him. Which I think is...
No, I was thinking first before I heard about Beta Ray Bill and he was being rumored to star in it.
Yeah.
I would say maybe a villain would be a cool idea. I don't remember the last time he's been a villain besides American
Psycho.
American Psycho, thank you.
Well, so I talked to David about it, one of our friends, not Westlake, Gerard. He said Nightmare, he would be cool playing Nightmare. But Nightmare is going to be the main villain, was, and we'll get to that, for Doctor Strange Infinite Madness.
Right.
So, but then again, Nightmare would be kind of a weird villain for Thor to fight.
Yeah.
And Jane Foster, because this is going to be based on the
female Hulk
version.
comics.
Yeah.
Because they came out the comics, I believe, of her as
yes, as Thor. So,
but it's been rumored to have Christian Bale in this movie, so that's cool. It's even on IMDb showing that, so that's showing more than just some internet article.
Yeah. But also for Marvel news, we've got the Multiverse of Madness. Scott Derrickson, who is set to direct it, is leaving the project.
Right. Now, prior to Doctor Strange, the one that came out in 2016, he directed multiple horror movies. He's a horror director. He's done Sinister, is one of them I can think of off the top of my head. And there's a handful others. So what we're thinking is maybe he wanted to make this a horror movie, and Kevin Feige decided against it.
Well, he did. He actually came out blatantly and said, this is going to be a horror movie. This is going to be, have more horror aspects in it.
But when I came and talked to Kevin about doing a sequel, I said I don't want to do just another sequel to do a sequel. If I'm going to do it, it has to go into the territory that drew me into the Doctor Strange comics in the first place, which is how they dipped into the gothic and the horror and the horrific, and we're going to make the first scary MCU film.
And Kevin Feige just recently said, no. Sorry, and but I'd be cool if he went to the DC universe and did a darker movie and a more of a horror aspect movie, because I think they could kind of do that. So, but do I think that's a loss for them? I don't know. I think they'll find somebody else that does it.
Yeah, they're gonna find someone.
I feel like Doctor Strange is one of those strange ones, no pun intended, that is just it's hard to get a script that's either, it's got to either be horror because you got a lot of monsters that are in his universe, or, it's got to be a mystery, or kind of like just an action movie like the first one was. And I feel like it's going to be hard to pull which genre it's going to be, and I think that's where they're kind of pulling strings out right now.
Probably because they don't want just strictly a horror.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I get that because it's Disney, so you don't want to have something like that released. In more spin-off news, the new G.I. Joe spin-off, Snake Eyes, starts filming, and it is going to be in Japan.
Yeah, I saw that in Tokyo. It's being filmed. When was the last G.I. Joe film?
I want to say
2013?
13, I want to say.
Okay, so it's been a while.
No, 13.
Yeah, 13. That was with The Rock and Channing Tatum.
That's on the rise. Like your panties. You love my panties. That's an interesting choice of a joke. Of all the things you could say.
Well, Channing Tatum dies within the first 30 minutes, doesn't he?
Right.
It's about them being ambushed, and
I mean, they're always fun.
They are
films.
They're and no matter what, critics are gonna always destroy these films.
Right, because they're not meant to be serious.
No, not at all.
It's like Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw. Don't even get speaking of WB, which I believe it was WB that has them, right?
Yeah, WB.
Yeah, it's a Hasbro. WB signs on for a AI film management Synalytic.
That's the name of the company that owns this program.
Have we not learned yet that the AI is just this reminds me of Project Insight for Marvel with Winter Soldier, where they had all the algorithms on people that could be superheroes even if they hadn't become superheroes yet.
Zola's algorithm is a program for choosing Insight's targets.
What targets?
You, a TV anchor in Cairo, the Undersecretary of Defense, a high school valedictorian in Iowa City, Bruce Banner, Stephen Strange, anyone who's a threat.
That or also Minority Report.
Yeah, exactly. So now they're like, oh, well, guess what? We can go through the data and tell you who's going to be perfect for this movie and who will clash together and who will... It's just got a lot of high-tech...
Yeah, basically this is a tool for executives to use on which movies to greenlight and when to release them.
Yep.
Which is pretty nuts because that's a lot of information to put into a system, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, you have to go off of which reviews. Are you going off Rotten Tomatoes? Are you going off Metacritic?
Or have a slew of all of them.
Also, does the star have drug issues? Do they have family issues? Is that
well, yeah. You can't tell how far in their future you're going to get. I mean, look at a lot of child actors that end up being really big and go downhill. Not a lot of people expect it to happen all the time.
Right,
but
so
it does.
How are they going to incorporate that into the system?
Right.
That's pretty nuts.
Yep.
That they're even doing something like this just to help gain an advantage over Disney.
I'm sorry, are we talking about Disney? Okay, cool.
We have to use AI to combat Disney.
Speaking of Disney, I guess we'll go on to our next one.
Okay.
I forgot to put that with the Marvel news because Disney's part of Marvel.
Right.
Disney most recently got caught up for changing and altering a scene in a Disney Plus movie. What was it? The
Saludos Amigos?
Saludos Amigos.
I believe.
Where they have Goofy smoking on a cigarette. And they cut out the cigarette.
Hey, howdy, strangers! Ce pittoresque cowboy du Far West a son équivalent dans le gaucho de l'Amérique du Sud.
And you know what? They'll keep all the racist stuff, but God forbid, cigarettes are big right now and vaping.
Right.
And they're gonna take that out. But all the racist stuff is okay. We'll keep that stuff in there.
But they still have the parrot smoking the cigar, so they're trying to erase their main characters from.
But as I was saying,
smoking.
It was in a documentary, right?
No.
It was the actual movie.
The actual movie they took out.
Okay.
The scene.
No, I know that, but I mean the parrot scene was a documentary.
It's still in.
Não, cachaça? Que tal uma cachaçinha agora, hein? Saúde. Down the hatch, Joe. Muito obrigado.
I get what you're saying.
But in a documentary, they have Goofy still smoking in the scene. But I don't understand why they need to do this. I understand kids and smoking are bad, and you're having Goofy or Donald or
It's from an older time too, where that was acceptable.
Right, but then if kids see that, they're like, "Oh, I want to smoke," but well, no.
And it begs the question of all the scenes that have the XXX,
for mugs.
Mugs that are like alcoholic
Right.
beverages, and they have them drinking those.
Right.
Are those in the movies and the shows? Like, because
Sure.
a ton of those, that was acceptable humor back in the day. So I wonder if they're gonna start bringing that up next, especially if they're only doing that for something like smoking.
That, or if it's such a big problem, don't put it on the children's area.
True.
Just put on the adult area of Disney Plus. I mean, it's not really adult area because you can pick between kids and just regular Disney Plus. But I don't know.
Well, and it's this is a different time because right now, smoking. 18-year-olds can't buy cigarettes
Yeah, you
anymore.
have to be 21 now.
You have to be 21 to buy tobacco. So it's just weird in the time period we are in. I get why they, like I said, I get why they did that. But
Right.
it just seems like it was a little bit like, it's a little big right now. Don't want to talk about smoking,
Juul's getting sued. They're cutting out all third-party flavored tobacco products.
Tobacco products. It's just going to be tobacco flavor.
Or mint. Or menthol.
Menthol is mint.
Yes.
So, but we just wanted to talk about that. So we'll go into our last segment of the week.
Who joined that movie?
We have a new Mission Impossible. I know you like Mission Impossible. 7 and 8.
Yes, they were filmed
Villain.
back to back.
Oh, they're doing the back-back?
Pretty sure they are.
Okay.
But it's your friend. You're one of your actors that you really enjoy.
I do. Nicholas
Hoult.
Fun. Yeah. He is going to be the villain, and I don't know how to feel about that.
Is he going to be a hacker?
Well, I mean, like in this age in time, like that's kind of where I feel like a lot of those supervillains are going to be going towards,
Right.
Before it was,
The guy with the guns.
Exactly.
Guns! Adrian!
But I feel like he's going to play something more eccentric, probably like a billionaire or something like that that's been wronged by Ethan, or maybe, hear me out on this, he's one of his proteges that went bad.
Oh!
Like one of his former hires, like that just ended up, or like he trained him, so.
And he already knows like the ins and outs of his operation.
Correct. So, we'll see.
Yeah. Still far and away for those movies, maybe.
Oh yeah, got
at least 3 years, maybe.
Really?
I don't know, 2.
Probably about a year and a
Year and a half. Okay.
And then we've got Timothy. What was his name? Chalamet.
Oh, Timothy Chalamet. Yeah.
Yep.
He was in The King. It came out on Netflix. Also, he was in other movies. I can't think. Summer Nights was one of them. It was an indie film. He was in the movie with Steve Carell. It's called Boy Something. It came out 2 years ago.
Oh, with the Beautiful Boy.
Beautiful Boy.
Yeah, with the drug addict. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. So he is going to be playing Bob Dylan in the new Bob Dylan biopic.
It's being directed by James Mangold. He's worked on Logan. He worked on Walk the Line. He was a producer for Ford vs. Ferrari. So,
a lot of really good films on there.
Yeah. He's already done a, what do you call it, a drama musical, whatever. So, he's already, I think he's going to nail this one.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
I want to see more of these like 60s movies to see, because I feel like the 60s was a crazy era for music because there was so many different personalities that interact with each other. You got Jimi Hendrix, you got Janis Joplin, you got the freaking Beatles,
Beach Boys, you got everybody. Everybody. I know the Beach Boys weren't like that.
I know, but still.
Still.
You got a lot of different characters to work with.
Charles Manson.
Yeah, right. But I don't know. I'm sure this will be a good film.
By the way, I read an article that Charlie Day was actually approached for Charles Manson.
Right.
For Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, yeah. So, which I thought was pretty funny because I like the guy that was picked for him. I forgot what his name was.
Right. Apparently, he's done that role before.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we're doing that. But yeah, that is it for this week's movie news.
Correct.
Let's move into our movie review.
You have a brother in the 2nd Battalion.
Yes, sir.
They're walking into a trap. Your orders are to deliver a message calling off tomorrow morning's attack. If you fail, it will be a massacre.
We've got all...
All right, so this week we saw 1917 by Sam Mendes.
Sam Mendes.
Wow.
The guy that directed Skyfall.
This was from the get-go, it just puts you right into the movie. Like,
right, there was no like
doesn't stop.
There was no ending. For most.
Well, the ending was,
I mean, there was no like breaks.
No. Like, you know, you have scene changes. This actually was a constant flow. So they didn't stop, they didn't cut, which I'm sure they did in a couple places because it went from night to day, and it would just be impossible to do that.
From our knowledge, there was at least 2 or 3 times that they stopped.
Yeah.
Filming.
And there was probably a couple more, but this movie was so engulfing, that it actually made it really hard to, like, it almost felt like an I Spy, because there was so much around, like in the small areas that they had, there was so much going on.
And it's filmed like you're a soldier, like you're walking with these characters.
Exactly.
Like you're, 6'5'9".
Yeah.
Just walking next to them.
Yeah, and it feels like you're right there. I mean, especially like in the scenes. There was a couple scenes where they were walking next to them and talking, and that's when it felt like, you're right there. Especially,
in the trench with them?
Yeah, also the bullet scenes.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of them that ended up being, like, it felt like they were going right past you. And then I would say the bigger scene where they hit a trip mine.
Right.
And there's a huge explosion in a bunker.
That scared me.
Yeah, that I watched, like, everyone in the crowd just hop out of their seat.
But yeah, this has won Golden Globe Awards. It's doing really well on IMDb, and right now it's at an 8.6, which is one of the highest of the year.
Now this came out before the new year, right?
Right. This is technically a 2019 film.
Okay, because I was gonna say this was, if this is in January, like, God bless.
Right.
It's like a really golden. That would get the golden non-shit of the year.
Right. It was in select theaters apparently before. 2020.
Yeah.
And then now it's nationwide in most theaters.
Now, I'm going to be honest, and you guys kind of know this if you watch our show, I'm not a big fan of
war films.
War films, and I just can't sit through them. This movie was easy to sit through.
Right.
It kept you going, like I said. It just was at a constant pace.
It almost, I think you were saying it had like a Hobbit feel.
Yeah, like, because it was following a story of, like, 2 guys going on an adventure.
Right.
Not, like, warranted or wanting.
Like, we have to go, but let's go back, sir.
Yeah, but I want to go back. And then he had, like, bread at one point. It was like, this is like the Lammas bread. Here you go. Oh, it tastes like crap.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you got a bunch of different cameos. Benedict Cumberbatch was in this.
Doctor Strange.
He was in it for a good whole 3 minutes and was an asshole the whole time.
He was an asshole.
Fuck off.
He's great as an asshole.
Oh, I love him as an asshole. I love him as anything.
Right. Colin Firth, the King's Speech guy.
King's Speech guy.
He is the general in the beginning of the movie. The 2 main characters is Dean Charles Chapman and George McKay.
They played great off each other.
Yeah, Dean Charles Chapman, he was in The King that came out this year. He played the bitch boy. He usually plays a bitch boy because in Game of Thrones, he was a bitch boy.
Right.
He was Tommen. And then we had George McKay, which was, I would say, his best friend, maybe, or closest friend.
Like in the war, I mean, obviously you had somebody that you were really close to.
He's doing really well in the movies, I would say. He's definitely a young actor to look at.
Yeah. He'll have more roles
because he did the the true history of the Kelly gang that came out last year. Before that, I remember him in Peter Pan and Captain Fantastic.
Okay. Captain Fantastic was good. I saw that finally.
Oh, you did? Nice. But yeah, this movie was shot amazing.
Oh yeah,
there's nothing to complain about that.
Sam Mendes does a great job of recording stuff every time.
The set piece was pretty awesome. It was crazy to see when they were going past the German lines, all their empty rounds.
Yes,
that they had.
The big ones, and I think those were CGI'd because walking past them, it kind of like glitched sometimes. So like it didn't take away from a lot of it. Like the rest of it was great.
Right.
Like, a lot of the CGI that they put in it, but like there was definitely like every time that like he walked past them. And they were so big too, and like obviously like it seemed like it looked cool, but in all honesty, it probably
was CGI. Gotcha.
But I'm sure a bunch of them were real, but they just CGI'd the rest of them in there.
Right.
So.
I don't know what else is there to say. If you guys want to see a good war film or a movie about struggle and because it ends up being a good movie. I mean, it ends up positive.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of knew from the trailer. But yeah, definitely check it out if you're into something like this. If you're on that, wondering if you're going to be seeing this or not, definitely give it a shot.
Give it definitely. Like from somebody that doesn't like war films, easily probably like one of the best.
It's the best of the year.
Easily.
It's the best of the year.
Because Midway just shit its pants.
No, I'm saying the best of the year.
I know. Oh yeah.
It's 2020.
I know. I'm still saying The Grudge is number one.
Oh, okay. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching our show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And please check out our Sidecast. It's on iTunes, Spotify, and more. We post that every Monday or Tuesday.
Yes.
Other than that, guys, as always, I am TJ Washoot.
And I'm the Ginyu Force.
Love you. Good night.
I found out that salamanders are real.
This has been a Two Guys production.